Good morning. Welcome to Look and See Outdoors. Down here at the shelter. It was a cold morning this morning. It was 26 degrees on my bus route. And now it's warming up. What is that? 30, 32? I think that's what that's reading. I think those are 2-degree increments. So it's just above, or right at freezing. I got the stove started up. I'm gonna make me a little bit of coffee this morning. I always enjoy it when I can get down here to the shelter. Hey Darby, what you doing, boy? Darby's joining me. Come here, Darby. Just a little dog right here. Hey, yeah, buddy. He wanted to get out with me. Oh, he's all excited. Got the zoomies. He slowed down a bit there. They clear cut on the property over from us. And with that, I've been noticing a little more deer activity. I think they mainly moved during the night down through this little branch area. Something about watching the flue heat up. I don't know what it does for me, but I love seeing that smoke come out of the top of that little stack there. And I got my little percolator down here this morning. Check that out. It's not going. I just started the stove. So I'm going to let it heat on up and we'll see what happens here this morning. Little stove's stoking up good. I'm splitting this little piece of ash, and it is good and seasoned. But that little joker is twisted, and it was pretty stout. I mean, it split, but it took a little bit of doings. Check this out. What's up, Darby? Uh-oh, watch out, buddy. You all excited? You got the zoomies? You got the zoomies? I can hardly feel the heat coming off this little stove. Man, this is so peaceful. I enjoy when I can get down here and kind of, not necessarily completely unplug, but just quiet the mind for a little bit. It's always peaceful. I believe every man needs him a little place of reprieve. I'm looking forward for this coffee to start percolating. It's heating up nicely. Probably gonna have to clean that stovepipe out after this winter. One thing about that, using fat lighter, it'll build up. I guess it's called creosote. It's a real black sooty material. It'll actually cake up. I think it was last year when I cleaned that pipe. I noticed it wasn't drawing properly, and all up in here was getting a lot of smoke one afternoon. I was down here. So I took that pipe off, and it was very little bit of area for the pipe to go up and draw properly. So I got that cleaned out, and it works good now. Get nice and quiet down here. There you go. This old dog loves. Look at him. What's up, doggy? What's up? What's up, boo? And I'll get him. A little update. I have been working on my chair that I started, I believe it was last year. I have noticed here lately that time in my head is, I don't know how they say it, it don't seem to be in sequence with actual time. But I'm thinking it was last year that I started on this chair. Or it might have been the year before last year. Anyway, this is the back. Well, I wound up, instead of doing that mortar and tenon, I cannot remember the name of that stuff. What I did, I took me some nice star-headed decking screws. I think they were 2.5 inches. Or 3 inches, I don't remember. And I took some wood glue. I made these little divots right here with my knife. So I'm gonna take some wood putty, and I'm gonna try to find it as close to this as I can, and I'll fill that in. I'm gonna touch these areas up with some kind of varnish, not varnish, but some well, I guess it would be varnish. I'm not gonna shellac it. I don't know, I may shellac this thing, get that thing looking shiny. But I'm gonna get this looking a little darker. But this thing has sturdied up. So I've got to come in and add some holes out in the front so I can put the seat part on. And I'm just gonna use screws. So I know that ain't the complete bushcraft way. But I've learned that sometimes it's best to adapt and survive and do things that'll help you get a finished product. It's still going to be nice. Man, I'm telling you, this thing is secure. It's solid. There's no wobble in it right now. And I did this a couple weeks ago. So I just got to get the seat part added to this back. And I've got some ideas of how I'm going to do where you put your derriere. So it's going to be interesting to see how this finishes up. And I'm planning on doing this all before the new year. So we'll see how that works. I like looking around. Found this deer track. Probably a big doe. Step right in here by this root. And these deers, listen at me. These deer, they're using my little branch area down here more of a passageway now that piece of property is a cutover. And I like getting down here and walking this creek. Haven't done it in a while. I've kind of missed out on some things here lately. Just been busy with other things. You can tell my boys have been down here. They like coming down here and playing in this creek, and that's good for them. This creek is constantly changing. If you look right there, that wood, that's fat lighter, and it's preserved. It's amazing how that stuff, I guess, over time. See, here's a piece. That's an old piece of pine. Over time, that stuff will, I guess, however long it takes a piece of wood to become rock, petrified. I found it in this area before. The things that I see down here. There's a 2x4. I know one time, I think it was last year, we had some flooding taking place. And that might have got washed down from on up. It's amazing. This little tree right here, let me show you something. Finley had cut this thing and made him a little sword out of it. But look how it's come back. And it's funny. I had told him, don't cut this tree. Might as well said, here son, I planted this here just for you. Feel free to cut it. But I was hoping it would come back, and it has. That's a river birch. They're native in this area. A lot of good use of birch with its papery bark. Its medicinal purposes. I think you can make antiseptics with it. I think it's good for headache. Kind of like the willow. And those grow naturally around here. The black willow does. You see them a lot around. I don't have them in here, but they are in the area. So, and the birch bark, the sap is real good to make the resin with it. I'm always having to clean up trash. I'm a fan of hunting horns. I bought this horn some years ago at a trade fair, and it is old brass hunting horn. Got to keep them lips tight. Travels in this cold air. I wonder what my neighbors think of. Y'all comment below what you think my neighbors think about me. I'm kidding. I'm pretty sure I already know what they think about me. Blowing the horn. Huh. Waiting on that coffee. Alright guys. This old copper kettle here started steaming and boiling before my percolator. But that percolator is perking nicely. We have coffee. I picked up that percolator. Well, actually, I think that, if I remember right, that was given to me as a Christmas gift one year. But I've seen them at Walmart, and you see them online. If you shop at Walmart, go to the sporting good section, and you'll see those percolators. Fixing to have some coffee here. These old copper kettles, I got it from either Smoking Fire or Jazz Townsend. And those two companies there, they provide, that's where I used to order things when we did Living History reenactments. From the time I got the stove started, fire going, heat and everything, it's taking about 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, look at that. We're going to have some coffee. Trying to make sure that handle's not too hot. I want to be careful there. Nothing like coffee over. Ooh, look at that goodness right there. A fire or a wood burning stove. And yes, this is Black Rifle coffee. That's my favorite coffee. This is the Tactic Squatch. Man, it's just something about it. That aroma. I could smell it when it started heating up. And that percolator started going a little bit. This is mighty fine coffee. Man, that is so good. That is real good stuff. Anyone who knows me personally, or I guess if you've been following along, you know that I'm a fan of wearing hats and caps. I can't remember if I talked about this. Is a Boston Scally. It seems like I did talk about it on a prior video. This is the Irish Rose. These flat caps. I love these caps. I started getting these caps. I think it's been 2 years now. But there was one particular cap that I was trying to get last year, and I missed out on it. They'll do a promotional cap for the season. One of my other friends, he's a real big fan of the Boston Scally company, and he has quite a few more than I do. But this is exciting. This year, for the Christmas collection, I was paying attention, because what they'll do, I think they did this hat drop on the 1st of December, and they do it at, man, that's exciting. They do it at 12 Eastern, and actually they'll do it 3 or 4 minutes before time. So I was able to get in on this hat, and this is the Kringle. Look at that cap right there. Man, this is a beautiful hat. It sells out within just a couple of hours. And I missed out last year. I've learned that in their hat size, I'm an extra large. I had measured my head one time, and I ordered a hat during the summer they did for the 4th of July. It's called the Liberty. And I thought with my measurement that I was double X. And I think the extra large in there, when you order, it's a 60 centimeter. Look at that. It fits good. Oh man, I'm so excited. I finally got into the Kringle Club. They put nice logos on the inside, and I was able to get me the pen that goes with it. These pens sell out too. They're highly sought after caps, guys. If y'all like wearing caps, I highly recommend you ordering. And they have so many varieties of caps that they do. They did a Halloween series, and one of my friends got me the ghost head. And man, that's a cool looking cap. I think you may have seen me wear it in some of the videos. It's black and white, a little checkering on it. But I think this is my favorite cap of all right now, the Kringle. Check out that hat pin. It's got old Kris Kringle on it. He's one of my favorite characters in history. And as a child, the excitement of Santa coming every Christmas. I was just thinking about that the other day. And I used to get so excited when Santa Claus was coming that I would get to shaking. Like, I can remember going in the living room and Santa had came, and I would just be shaking with, excitement. And it was such a wonderful time of the year. And over time, as I grew up, that excitement had left. But I'm blessed and I'm fortunate that my children have renewed that excitement in me. Man, that coffee is good and hot. But I wanted to share this mail drop with y'all this morning. Look at that hat right there. This is very nice. Check out my pen. I guess I got my pen on right. Yeah, not upside down. It's got this nice patchwork look to it. I believe this is an 8-panel. They have 7 panels. And this may be the Peaky design. I can't remember. I'm not that much of a hat aficionado, but I do like these Boston Scallies. So that's an extra large, and I believe that's 7 3/4 inches. I got a big head. But my brother-in-law's got a bigger head. And he's ordered a couple. Or he's got one. I can't remember which one. But he likes them too. Look at that. That is a dirt road sport right there. But that's mainly what I kind of wanted to get down here this morning and lead up to, was sharing this mail call. So now I'm festive. I'm ready for Christmas even more. This cold weather puts you in the spirit. I know here in the southeast it can be 70, 80 degrees sometimes on Christmas Eve, and that doesn't feel too festive. But right now we're having some cold weather, and that makes the coffee even better. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I wanted to, like I said, share this mail drop. Man, these hats, these caps look so good. Boston Scally Company. Y'all check them out. They're on Facebook, Instagram. You can look them up. They're an up and coming, probably already past up and coming. They do real well. They're doing real well. I see these hats more and more, and it's funny. You be walking around and you see somebody with one of them, and you just kind of go. So I highly recommend the Boston Scally Company. And now, of course, there's no nothing that they're doing for me. I'm doing this for them because I love their product. Check it out. Be cool if they were sponsoring the Look and See Outdoors channel here. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll have a sponsor like that. That would be awesome. Alright guys, well I'm going to have to run, and I've got to take one of my cousins to the doctor. We've been having to do some visits here lately, past few months with him, and we got to go today, so we're going to be having to peel out of here in just a little while. But guys, I really appreciate, as always, the support that y'all give me, and looking forward to hopefully growing this channel more and more each day. So y'all leave a comment, leave me a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, y'all hit that subscription button and subscribe to the channel. We've got some time coming off here for the Christmas break, and got some plans. But however, I noticed here my plans change by the minute, and that's okay. I'm learning to live in the minute. It doesn't seem to be as frustrating. It can be frustrating, don't get me wrong, but take it in strides. Guys, y'all take care. I'm going to sit here and enjoy this coffee. It's warming up a bit. Still in the 30s. I think it's going to get into the low 50s today for the high. I hope y'all enjoy your day. Take care.